Ever find yourself drumming your fingers on the steering wheel, seriously craving Chick-fil-A, but dreading the whole order on the app while parked thing?
Oh, tell me about it.
Well, today we're diving into Chick-fil-A, ordering on Apple CarPlay. We're going way past the basics. Think of it like a deep dive into how it actually works, you know?
Yeah, like a behind the scenes look.
Exactly. So iPhone users, rejoice.
Yeah.
But Android users, you might have to wait this one out.
At least for now. Yeah, for now it's Apple CarPlay only.
Makes sense.
Mhm.
So assuming we've got our iPhones ready, what else do we need?
You'll need the latest version of the Chick-fil-A app, going to be logged in, and have a payment method set up. Could be a card or a gift card, whatever you usually use.
Easy enough. But here's the thing I've noticed. You can't just browse the whole menu on CarPlay, right?
You're right, it's not the full menu experience. It's more about speed and familiarity.
So I can't order like a side of pickles on a whim while I'm driving?
Not quite. You can order from your saved favorites or your recent orders.
Ah, so that's where planning ahead comes in handy.
Exactly. And it makes sense if you think about it. Less scrolling, less distraction, especially when you're driving.
Safety first. So it seems like this is really geared towards people who already have a go-to Chick-fil-A order.
Absolutely. It's all about making those repeat orders super smooth, especially when you're on the go. And speaking of go-to orders, setting up your favorites in the app is key here.
So like if you know you always get the spicy deluxe with waffle fries.
Exactly. Or if you're a parent, you can save those kids' meal combos. Makes those CarPlay orders a breeze.
Now that we've got our favorites all set, walk me through actually placing an order through CarPlay.
Okay, so you open the Chick-fil-A app on CarPlay, just like you would with any other app. Then you pick your location, and from there, you can choose from your favorites or recent orders.
Pretty straightforward so far. But what about payment? Does it use Apple Pay since we're, well, using Apple CarPlay?
Good question. It actually defaults to whatever payment method you have saved in the Chick-fil-A app itself. So double check that it's up to date before you hit the drive-thru.
Smart. So it's not using Apple Pay even if that's what you usually use for everything else.
Not on CarPlay, no. It sticks with the app's settings.
Good to know. Now, I'm a huge fan of racking up those Chick-fil-A 1 points. Can I pay with my rewards balance through CarPlay?
You can definitely use your existing Chick-fil-A One balance, but you can't add to it directly through CarPlay.
Ah, got it.
So just make sure you've got enough to cover your order before you head out.
Okay, so we've got our favorites, payments ready, and we're pulling up to Chick-fil-A feeling all tech-savvy. What happens next? I just tell them I ordered on CarPlay.
Well, not exactly. You still need to check in at the restaurant using the app.
Oh, so it's not completely hands-free?
Not quite. Think of it this way. CarPlay takes care of the ordering part, but you still got to confirm your arrival through the app itself.
So when I get there, I still scan the QR code at the drive-thru, like usual.
Exactly. Just follow those mobile through signs.
Basically, CarPlay streamlines the ordering, but you're still confirming you're there through the app.
Exactly. It makes the whole process a lot smoother, especially when they're slammed.
So we've covered how convenient it is to, like, fire up a Chick-fil-A order right from your dashboard.
Yeah, it's pretty slick.
But what about those times when you need to, slam the brakes on an order?
Oh, you mean like if traffic clears up or you suddenly remember you have leftovers?
Exactly. Life happens. So how do cancellations work with CarPlay?
That's where things get, well, a little less straightforward. You actually can't cancel through CarPlay itself.
Oh, really? So I can start the order in my car, but I can't stop it.
It's a bit of a quirk of the system, yeah. You have to use the mobile app to cancel.
Interesting. So if I need to cancel, I got to fumble around in the app to figure it out.
Well, it's not fumbling exactly, but yeah, you have to go into the app.
So there's no big red cancel button right after I order on CarPlay.
Not at the moment, no.
Good to know. I'd hate to end up with 2 orders of waffle fries because I couldn't find the button.
Yeah, that's a happy accident for someone, but maybe not for your wallet. But that's why we're here, right? Got to unpack these little details.
Exactly. It's fascinating to kind of peel back the layers on this stuff,
What do you mean?
Well, on the surface, it's like, wow, CarPlay ordering is super convenient. But then you start using it and you realize there are these very specific ways it wants you to use the app.
Right, like it's guiding you down a certain path.
Yes. So it's not just about convenience. There's got to be some strategy behind it.
Right, absolutely. Think about it. The more you're in the app itself, the more likely you are to, maybe check out the new menu items, see if there are any deals.
Or get tempted by those seasonal milkshakes.
Exactly. It's subtle, but it's definitely a way to keep you engaged. And, on the flip side, limiting what you can do on CarPlay keeps it safer for drivers.
So it's like a balance they're trying to strike.
Exactly. Convenience and a little bit of, gentle nudging towards using the app more often.
Makes sense. And speaking of the app, it always comes to mind with like any of this tech stuff, especially when it involves ordering food through my car.
Let me guess, data privacy.
Bingo. Like, if my car now going to be judging my Chick-fil-A order history?
That's a good question. Thankfully, Chick-fil-A is pretty clear that the order data is all tied to your Chick-fil-A One account, not shared with your car's system.
Okay, so my car won't be, like, sending me targeted ads for waffle fries anytime soon.
Not unless cars get a lot smarter. Your order history stays between you and Chick-fil-A.
That's a relief. It's amazing how we started with a simple question about ordering chicken sandwiches and ended up talking about data privacy and corporate strategy.
That's the beauty of technology, right? There's always more to uncover.
And speaking of uncovering things, before we wrap up, I want to leave our listeners with a bit of a thought-provoking question. Is this like a little window into the future of fast food? Convenience, but also kind of being steered toward using the app more and more.
It's definitely food for thought, isn't it?
Like, are we all going to be ordering through our dashboard soon? Fewer decisions to make at the drive-thru, just boom, efficiency.
Or maybe it'll get even more integrated. Like, what if your car could predict your Chick-fil-A order based on your schedule or the weather?
Okay, now that's getting a little too futuristic. But who knows, right? I mean, look how much has changed even in the past few years.
It really has.
We went from, can I even order Chick-fil-A on CarPlay, to, is my car going to read my mind and order for me? All in one deep dive.
That's the fun of it, though, right? Exploring these possibilities.
Totally. But hey, at the end of the day, it's all about having the info you need, right?
Absolutely.
Whether you're all about that CarPlay convenience, or you're a diehard Chick-fil-A One app user, or even if you're like, nah, I'm sticking to the drive-through speaker. Hopefully, this deep dive gave you a little something new to think about.
Definitely. Knowledge is power, especially when it comes to navigating the fast food galaxy.
Love it. So next time you're craving those waffle fries and you happen to be behind the wheel, you'll be ready to order like a pro.
Yep, fully equipped.
Until next time, happy driving and even happier eating.